it looks like even Liberal members of Parliament and cabinet ministers of Mark Carney don't like what's going on. Got this rumor here. Now, again, it's just a rumor from Trending Politics, but Brittany, go check her out at @by__Brittany over on X. Great account. She does great work. And she posted something from Trending Politics that says, rumor, Liberal MPs Jonathan Wilkinson, Bill Blair, and Stephen Guilbeault to leave Parliament in coming weeks. And I also believe that Mr. Sunshine has also said the same thing. So, give credit to him as well, because he's done some pretty good work on this as well, predicting this. And it looks like it's true. Now, we got a couple clips to show you here. One's from Ryan Garrettson, the other one's from Jasmine Lane. It's just clips of what happened today in Parliament. So we're going to get into that. Now, before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help grow the channel, and I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. So this one, Glenda actually reposted. Go give her a follow over at McFarland Glenda on X. Good account. And she says, it took Pierre Poilievre a few months to get Trudeau yelling in the House, but he's got Carney yelling on the second question period that he's attended. Nice work, Pierre Poilievre. I didn't think that Mark Carney would start getting unhinged this quickly, but this clip is from Ryan Garrettson. So we're going to have a look at this, then we'll talk about it after.
Mr. Speaker, I know many things.
And he gets
things. And one of the things I know, the member opposite, the leader of the opposition, just mentioned interest rates. One thing I know is that Canadian interest rates are much lower than American interest rates. They're lower because this country's fiscal situation is strong, because this government has a plan to grow this economy, and we will keep doing it.
Still just a plan, and again, a standing ovation for a plan.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the collapsing economy is bringing down interest rates, but the financial expert doesn't even know what his own deficit is. But another financial expert spoke yesterday. The parliamentary budget officer said the deficit will absolutely be higher because of additional spending. He said he doesn't know what the government's fiscal anchors are because they do not exist. He says the labor market sucks and wages are not going up. These are quotes. Is this why Liberal members on the committee who heard those truth bombs threatened that the Prime Minister would fire the parliamentary budget officer after 166 days?
So they cut it off there, but you can see Mark Carney getting agitated and raising his voice, and then Pierre Poilievre just calmly responds and said, hey, look, here's what we're hearing. All we see are plans. Nothing's actually getting done. And that's what Mark Carney keeps doing. He keeps just saying, hey, look, guys, we got a plan. Trust the plan. Trust the process. In 6 months, they have no trade deal. All the problems that Trudeau created are still there. Mark Carney said that he would be judged by what happens at the grocery store. Okay, take a trip to the grocery store and then judge Mark Carney. It's not going to be a good judgment. They've gotten letters of intent signed with other countries. Okay. And they built an office to have meetings to talk about projects that maybe will be built one day, someday, soon. Those are not accomplishments. Those are promises. That's what you do during an election campaign. But once you've won the election, it's time to get to work. And what did he do? He sent everybody on a 3-month extended vacation after coming back to Parliament for 3 lousy weeks. Oh, what a great accomplishment so far. What a great first 6 months. Like, give me a break. It's so ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, to be fair, again, it's only been 6 months. People are going to give him time. I get it. It's just, I don't get why he was given the chance in the first place. But that is a conversation we have had many times on this channel. We don't understand Liberals. No one does. But unfortunately, we got to deal with that because we are in a very liberal country filled with very liberal people who always refer back to the corrupt, horribly corrupt Liberal Party. So the second thing I have here is from Jasmine Lane. Will Canadians realize that Mark Carney broke his promises to Canadians? So it looks like Pierre once again is about to expose this absolute fraud. So again, this is a pretty short clip. It's just a minute, just under a minute and a half. But we're going to have a look at this. Then we'll talk about this after as well.
This is a Prime Minister who said we'd have the fastest growing economy in the G7. We have the fastest shrinking economy in the G7. He said grocery prices would go down. They're going up faster than ever before. He promised to create jobs. He has the second highest unemployment in the G7. He's really reminding us all of that sign at the bar, free beer tomorrow. But you come back the next day and the beer is still not free, and tomorrow never comes. Mr. Speaker, why is it that all of this Prime Minister's promises of yesterday turn into today's disappointments?
Carney promised a budget no later than October after being scrutinized, criticized for not delivering one before going on summer vacation, which was crazy given the economic crisis we're in that we haven't seen since the Second World War. You'd think you'd have a budget. You would think we would have a standing of exactly where we are right now. And it is really crazy to witness the Liberal strategy, which is subsidize the symptoms and never, ever fix the cause. You know, all summer, every single Liberal cabinet minister, every single announcement was just another subsidy. Housing, subsidies. EVs, subsidies. Manufacturing, subsidies. Clean tech, subsidies. Every single thing just kept handing out taxpayer dollars like they were party favors, pretending that that is a plan.
Absolutely. And, you know, to go back to the job market not being good, again, been out of a job since July. I've applied to well over 100 places. I can barely get an interview. Like, the job market sucks. Going to the grocery store sucks. Filling up your gas tank sucks. Paying your mortgage sucks. Paying your rent sucks. Which, again, of course, it sucks spending money on these things. But when it gets to the point where it's so expensive, it's so hard to find a job, just a part-time job. Hell, I'm willing to make chicken at KFC for crying out loud, part-time if that's what I got to do. Or full-time. I mean, it's just so hard to find anything. And again, 6 months, not a long time, but it's time to get something done after saying over and over again that Pierre's not the guy and he's going to sell us to Trump and that this is the most consequential election of our lifetime. Does he know what that means? Mark Carney, when you say things like it's the most consequential election of our lifetime, that means there's a horrific consequence if you lose, which means it would be bad for the country, in Mark Carney's words. Okay, so if that's the case, why would you win the election, go back to work for 3 weeks after Parliament has been prorogued since October because of a Liberal Green slush fund scandal, come back to work for 3 weeks, and then send them on another vacation, especially considering they take our taxpayer money to pay their wages, to go on a 3-month vacation? Let me know in the comment section, how many of you get 3 months vacation? Not to mention all the time before when Parliament was prorogued. This is ridiculous. And again, Carney lied to Canadians. Some of them are starting to figure it out. I still think they're going to give Carney a little bit more time. But there are people right now who are like, oh, did I make the wrong choice? Well, let me save you some time for those people who think or are thinking that maybe you made the wrong choice. Yeah, you made the wrong choice. Big time. For the 4th time in a row. Let's wake up.